Hi, I'm Bridget.
I'm Naz.
And we are AVC, the featured artists for Art Encounters. Synapse Intarsia, the name came about because of we were thinking of what to title the work, and we came across this term Synapse Intarsia, which is a medical term for a network of your nerves that in this giant connection. So we thought it was really apt for the body of work because everything is kind of interconnected. So it's not just the work being interconnected, it's us connecting to the work and the audiences connecting to the work as well. I think from the get-go, we always knew that we have very separate disciplines, and so I think that was the challenge. How could we collaborate with two separate disciplines? And so when we were looking at the body of works we both had, we realized that movement could be a way to connect the works, and I think that was how it kind of started. And then we started with the digital paintings, and obviously it has morphed into something more physical as well. And then as for the sounds, it's really his creative direction that really took control.
For these two containers, there's two types of circuits. One is with this module which gives out sound by MP3, which I create in a total of around 290 samples. The other circuit is a breadboard type, a miniature breadboard type with circuits components that is not fixed. It's just clipped onto the breadboard, which creates the square wave.
I think we both consider ourselves very independent underground artists. So it's not every day you get to have the opportunity to interact with everyday viewers. So it's been very interesting to see how the work has connected with passerbyers, especially at Poli, the Poli site, where you have a lot of these migrant workers coming in and being very curious. I think mostly because the materials we're using is very closely related to the kind of material they use in their work life as well. So it was that nice reversal that they were very intrigued, which was a very nice touch for us, I think. Yeah.
I think what the proposed idea was very simple. It was just projection from her drawings, which is time-lapse, which is I think quite cool. That time-lapse gives out vibrant colors, and colors is shades of light, which reflects to the circuit that I just built on that time, which is a simplified version of what I've been working on, and I think it interacts well. It's quite fun. It's been years that I've been making this sound. How to say it, right?
So it's experimental music, there's noise, and then so what I was really attracted by his practice was that there is always that distinction between sound and music. So but it's also very blurred at the same time. So his body of works really kind of respond to that, and he breaks down principles of music theory as well in all these sounds. So some of them become data, or he makes use of theories like polyrhythm, where he plays around with timing and stuff like that as well.
And also by itself, each sample doesn't do much. It's like a band with just one player. So it's like a jazz band with everybody playing together in syncopation that creates the vibe. Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, to me, art needs to be relatable. To be self-reflective as well. So when you find yourself in the work and you realize that the work is also actually responding to you, you actually think about your position and towards the environment. So I think that was quite fun to observe between the viewers and the work as well.
You're not going to the place to look at the work is reacting to you.
So it's very conversational. Yeah.
For my personal projects, is a bit different than this kind of settings. It's usually this setting is a bit toned down for laymen, for normal people. Yeah.
We have observed people when I think because it looks very. I don't know how let me try to think how to phrase this.
I think when we were around, and when like people came by, right? When they read all the text, I think it's too long, right? Right. Then we tell them a short term for all these things, lah. And they really surprised about the different. How to say?
I think it's not every day. I think people they see works like this. It's not typical. The approach looks very much different from looking at a painting or an installation as well. You can't quite make sense of the work as well. So, but what we have observed is that when people walk in, we don't really have to like explain much. It's quite simple to the point where when they take a walk around, it clicks into their head what we're trying to do. And I think that was the goal in the first place, to be able to relate to an audience that's not necessarily been in the arts. I think this is wonderful. 10/10 we'll recommend. I think with the team behind Art Encounters, which is Art Outreach, it's a very dedicated team that you guys have been very professional, and it's something that has not been, it's very rare in the industry, and so it has been a very grateful like experience that we worked with you guys, and you have been very respectful of our practice, which certain times you try to work your way to kind of help us achieve the vision of the work, and so in a certain sense we were not really constrained by actual physical limitations of red tape and things like that, which has been very useful in pushing ideas beyond Synapse Intarsia actually. Yeah.